Hey there, all you Skylander fans out there and people at Toys for Bob. This is my next video about submitting Trap Team ideas. Yeah, it's gonna be very cool here. Let's get on with it, shall we? Now first, before I show you the real ones, I want to show you some old concept ideas I had. These are some rough things of I had for the Trap Masters. If you see the raccoon there, that was Wondrous before, when he was a Trap Master. Like I said, these are just some old ideas, but then I took them back into the real thing. You might be able to recognize some of them later on in the video. Now, for the real Trap Masters. I have this light on because the last video I made was very dark-like. As you see, here in the magic element we have Key Basher. And his weapon is a giant Traptanium key. And he's a dragon, but he has hair on him, which is kind of a bit unusual. And here's the next Trap Master for the magic element, Dream Beaver, with his Dreamcatcher staff for his Traptanium weapon. In the tech element we have Can Opener, and you see he has claws emerging out of his armor. His sword and shield are the Traptanium weapons. And besides him there's Shredette. And she just runs around wielding these shredders. For the water element, I have a little rough body thing here. It was supposed to be a seal with this paddles. And here's the other character, Polar Bowler. And he has a giant Traptanium ice hammer. And he's one of the characters for the starter pack, along with Wondrous, Root Spreader, and one of the giants, and a Supercharger. Here in the fire, here's Firefox. This wasn't supposed to be on his head for a mask. It was supposed to be some heat-proof goggles, not a furnace thing. That's just what I have, and this is Fire Traptanium Trident. And there was a Trap Master with a cooking pot, a cauldron actually, and his name is Cauldron. So cook character. In the life element, here is Get Go. This is Traptanium leaf board. And in the game he puts on the sunglasses sometimes. And here is Taekwondo. Traptanium nunchucks with little points on the ends. Her outfit is a bit like Tough Lux. And here is Mason from the Undead element with his giant mace. He looks like a burglar. And here is Afterlife with his peculiar, funny looking hybrid of a weapon, the Undead Axe Sword. Yeah. In the Earth element, I have Orbringer with the Traptanium pickaxe. And there is a Trap Master with a shovel here called Shoveler. Apparently you just whack enemies on the head with it. And in the air element we have Ratchet with his Traptanium rocket surfboard, and double wrench. And there's a Trapmaster called Foghorn with the Foghorn weapon. And in the light element, we have Lancelot, who is a mongoose with a big lance. And here is Dark Hunter with his spear. This isn't quite what I had in mind for his body figure to look like. But yeah, if you look over through the designs and the models I made, you might pick out which to mix with or to keep. But the ones I made here are all really cool, so to keep those and try to figure out what the rest of the Trapmasters would look like. Now for the cores, in the magic element, now you notice I was holding Wondrous now because my idea was that he was going to be one of the Trap Team cores because I liked him being in a new design. Like, he's with all the other characters. Because I can't tell which game's better for him to be in Trap Team or Spyro's Adventure. And here is Sweet Tooth, a Pinata horse. And he was once Pinata's steed, but he didn't like being sat upon. The tech element, we have Gyro, another of my characters which is friends with Wondrous. And he used to work for the SkyTrain also. He had to fend off a bunch of piston greebles. And here is Livewire. He had a brother named Kamek with a K at the beginning, and his brother was a prisoner who ran away, and he had to stop him even though he loved his brother so much back then. And he had his cool rocket board that he loops around in the air once you hit the jump button twice. Yeah. He's an alien, if you notice that. And here is Slasher, a seahorse character, which is after you remember the story of Echoes. This is after she had saved that pearl from the unbreakable bubbles. Slasher wanted to be a hero himself, and he had trained secretly in Brock's training hall thing, and his friends were attracted to what was going on, but they didn't like what he was doing, and he had to fend them off. Here is Coral Grief. He's just like Food Fight and Trigger Happy because you see he's holding a water drop and a water gun. He's a sea anemone. And here I had Frydra here once as a Trap Team character. I just can't tell if he or Wondrous should be in this game. And here is Hotspot, who learned the martial arts of Flame Fu. And for the replacement, if Frydra is not going to be in this game, is Blaze, a phoenix with a fire spear. In the life element, this is actually Stealth Elf's brother, Jitsu. Yeah. Because I was disappointed that Stealth Elf wasn't a guy at first, but this is her brother, and they didn't know it yet. And here is Boingo. This is how he looks like, and he was gonna be in an old starter pack idea I had for a game called Core Squad, but that was gone anyway. In the undead, we have Web Slinger. His catchphrase is Fangtastic. And here is Bonesaw, an undead dragon. In the earth element, we have Armagon, an Evilican armadillo, whatever he is, kind of character. He had blue goo instead of the green goo, and he's good. And here is Triceratops. His figure shows that he was riding on a train, a dinosaur train thing, just like Treadhead is riding on a vehicle. And here is Keen Blade with 2 E's in the king part. Keen. And he was once part of Bluebeard's pirate gang, but he didn't want to be a pirate, and he wanted to tell Bluebeard to stop it, but they threw him on a deserted island, and he found the sapphire sword, which summoned a giant cloud of ship, which is in his soul gem later on, I think. Here is Lightning Strike. He has a lightning rain. Here is Spellcaster, a female spellpunk character for the dark element. And here is Agent 9 for the light element. This is another character to be in the Skylander series. Spyro's not the only one. There will be others still. So that's my idea about Trap Team submitting ideas. The next video I will show you the minis and other non-playable character stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video here, and I'll see you next time. Sayonara, folks.